Okay, your post-test assignment is to take notes over these story problems involving inequalities. We've seen ones like them before. I just want to keep your brain fresh on them. Now it says, my goal in science class is to receive a 93 average for my test. So far I've received grades of 95, 97, and 88. Write and solve an inequality that gives the possible scores I could receive on my next test to meet my goal. So these big caps right here, inequality, that means greater than or less than. Since it says goal, that would be greater than or equal to, and my goal is 93. Okay, so you can go ahead and get rid of 93. Don't write that down again. Now remember the average rule. This is how you orchestrate the average. So far you've received 95 plus 97 plus 88, but you're about to take your next test, so I put plus x. Now the average rule means we need to divide by how many tests we've taken, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now before we worry about what operation, well, it's what operations, but you need to simplify this side of the equation. First off, you're going to scribble out that 4, and since you just scribbled it out, that means you would have to multiply the other side by 4. And then you need to add the tests that you already have, okay, 95, 97, and 88. I got 280, okay. So I line up my inequality, and over here I write x plus 280. You can also write 280 plus x, it doesn't matter. And over here we need to take 93 times 4. That's how many total points I've already accumulated. I would have to accumulate to get 93 average. Okay, then just solve it. I put a 1 in front. My x multiplier is a positive 1, so the sign will not change. And then I subtract 280. Subtract 280. 1x. 272 minus 280 is 92. And then you can divide by 1 or just drop the 1. And we have x greater than or equal to 92. Okay, now graph here on your number line, put a 0, put 92. You're going to circle, you're going to fill it in. Now does that sign eat the x? It eats the x, so it goes this direction to the right, the greater than direction. Now on that line you put x greater than or equal to 92. Okay, next problem. A salesperson has a goal of raising $500. They sell necklaces for $5 each and bracelets for $7.50 each. They've already sold 50 necklaces but have run out of them. Write and solve an inequality that gives how many bracelets they need to sell to meet their goal. Again, it's a goal greater than or equal to, and my goal is $500. Cross out 500. Now write the two littler money amounts up here, $5 and $7.50. Okay, and then those come in multiples because it's every necklace, every bracelet. One of them can be multiplied by 50. Well, what's the cost? It's 50 necklaces. What's the cost of a necklace? It's 5. So it's 5 times 50, and the $7.50 for the bracelets is unknown because that's what we're trying to figure out. So that's x. So 5 times 50 is 250, and then 750 times x is 7.50x. Now down here you're going to write 7.50x plus 250. You can also write 250 plus 7.50x. I just prefer to have my x before the constant number. My variable term first and the constant without the variable. Okay, x is multiplied by a positive. Line sign stays the same, and then I subtract 250. 500 minus 250 is 250, and over here we have 7.50x. Now it's time to divide, and then I come down into my answer, and now I have x. Then 250 divided by $7.50 is 33.3. Now you can't, it's got to be a full amount. And since you have a greater than sign, you're going to go to 34. If it would have been a less than, I would write 33, but it's 34. Okay, now graph right there, put 0, put 34, circle, fill it. Okay, it eats the x again, so it's going this direction here. Okay, then our next one, shape up there for you. I have 120 yards of fence to put around a rectangular deer plot. The length of the plot is 25 yards. Write and solve an inequality that can be the possible widths of the deer plot. Shouldn't be a question mark, it should be just a period. Okay, now have is less than or equal to, so point that sign the other way, and what do you have? You have 120. Now, come up here to your rectangle. How many lengths do you have? Because you have to wrap the fence around every side. Two of the sides are called the length, so I write 2 times L. Two of the sides are the width, so 2 times W. Now one of those stays in variable form, but the other one we replace with the 25 because it says the length's 25, so I replace L with 25. So this is now 50, and this is now 2W. So I'm going to come down here, I'm going to write 2W plus 50. You can also write 50 plus 2W. Again, I prefer to have the variable term first, then the constant term. Okay, so W is a positive. That means the sign, the multiplier in front, the 2 is positive. Now I get the 50 to 0. Don't go down there yet. Don't go down there until you divide. So 70, 2W, and then divide by 2. We have W by itself, and then 70 divided by 2 is 35. Okay, now on your number line, you put 35, you circle, fill it in, okay? This time it does not eat our W, so we're going this way, okay? Less than, okay? Technically, I'm not going to make you do this with 0, but technically on a story problem, you wouldn't get into the negatives, so you'd put a circle here and go this way, and that's a compound inequality. But if I would put this on a test when we come back from break, I would not dock you for just putting that.